However, however, also true on Judgment Day. In the book of James, the Bible says that God will judge the leaders the harshest. Why? Because they were supposed to be watchmen on the wall. They were the dogs that were supposed to bark. And in your life, it is critical that you have spiritual leaders who tell you not what you want to hear, what you need to hear, what God says. They're clear on what God says. And listen, you will be tempted in life whenever a pastor says something that you don't like or you don't agree with. You know what? I bet you can drive to a church down the street and you can leave. Now, I'm not saying there's never a good reason to leave a church. There are plenty of good reasons to leave a church. Okay, there's good reasons to leave a church. But I want to caution you. If you leave a church because you're challenged, then you might be missing out on what God is trying to teach you, what He's trying to warn you of. Again, I'm not saying turn off your brain and accept mindlessly whatever the pastor says as truth. Check it against the Scriptures. Is what he is saying really true? But woe to us if we find pastors and teachers that we like because they confirm what we already believe. We live in an echo chamber world today where both sides of the aisle like to listen to people they already agree with. But what you need more than anything else is someone to speak clearly for God. Now, some Christians, in fear of having a pastor who barks at nothing, find themselves a pastor who barks at everything, okay? Listen, having a dog who barks at everything is no better than a dog that barks at nothing, because I got one, right? My dog, Darby, he barks at kids, he barks at other dogs, he barks at leaves blowing down the street. And you know what? I never think I'm in danger when he barks. I've become so accustomed to the barking. And there are pastors and teachers like this as well. Unfortunately, because we live in a social media world, their platform is growing. Oh, the NFL is of the devil, Barney the dinosaur is of the devil, Pokemon, Harry Potter of the devil, and if we don't act now, the world is going to end. Okay, church, a pastor who barks at everything is no more useful than a pastor who barks at nothing. Yes, we want pastors who are passionate. We want people who care about what they say. But anybody can get into a pulpit and yell, okay? It's not a spiritual gift to get angry in a pulpit. And sometimes what I found is we like to get angry about the sins that nobody in our church is even doing. It can feel good to get angry about what non-believers are doing outside of the church. Let me ask you something. Does that kind of preaching make you more like Christ? When you listen to a sermon, here's some good advice. Don't listen to a sermon so you can fix somebody else's sins. Honey, are you listening right now? This sermon is for you. Don't do that, right? Right? I heard this sermon today. I just want to share it with you. Don't do that. When you listen to a sermon, you need to think this. Lord, what do I need to change in light of your word? Now, of course, I still need to address things of the culture, even if someone not in here is particularly wrestling with it. Why? Because eventually the culture will invade the church. I'm not talking about, we have to talk about some of the cultural issues of our day. But church, let's be careful, okay? The Bible warns us also about pastors who domineer the flock in 1 Peter 5. What we want is a pastor who barks at the things that God says to bark at.